Hello, this is not a spring chick, and when you're out on the road, you do not always have what you would typically have, of course, in your own kitchen. Now for us, we're here at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. It's our last night here, which means we're getting ready, and you know, we've got a lot of things to do, and we're getting ready for tomorrow, and basically we've got some food. Really don't want to have...
We don't want to take it back with us.
Yeah, we don't really want to take it back with us, and yet, what do we have left to cook with?
Our leftovers.
Actually, I'm going to show them just how full this is. Okay, this is the refrigerator, and how much is left. Milk and orange juice. Okay. This is, we've got cornstarch and pepper and oysters and raisins and chocolate chip cookies and rice.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to make out of that? That was a very good question. Because, and oh yeah, and lots of tea, hot chocolate, and licorice.
The more important ingredients for trade shows.
Well, you know, it kind of keeps you going. You know, and then of course, there's airborne and Theraflu and sore throat stuff and crackers. But what do you have that you can really make that's edible quick?
Yeah.
Quick, no leftovers, right?
Yeah.
So these are the things that we've pulled. Armor treat.
Which is basically Spam.
Spam.
In a can. If you didn't have a Swiss Army knife, you'd never get that can open.
Spam, eggs, more cheese. I'll clue you in on the butter. And of course, pasta sauce. You're wondering, what in the world are you going to make? Now here's the trick. As we sat there and, you know, we're knocking our head going, okay, what are we going to make out of this? Well, part of it is we've been here at the Consumer Electronics Show for quite a few days. And often you've run into a similar situation when you're at home where you don't really have a whole lot in the cupboards. You don't want to know what you want to make.
You don't want to go to the grocery store.
That's right. And you want something that's really, really quick. What can you do? So this is what we came up with. And oh, also here's the twist. The twist or the trick is that both of you want to eat different types of food.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to make are, first of all, something that you're familiar with. Of course, with a not a spring chicken old can twist, is egg flour soup. You go, what in the world is egg flour soup? Yeah, it's an Asian.
It's an Asian thing.
It's an Asian thing that I'm going to show you how to make. And we're also going to make something a little more traditional for old camp, which is ham and eggs. Right?
Yep. Okay.
So here's the trick. Is we're starting first with the eggs, and the eggs are actually to be used for both dishes. So we have...
This is what we got left.
This is what we got left.
I know, you use all of them.
And we're going to use them all, so we have none to take back tomorrow and worry about.
You think we haven't really ate a lot while we were here? Well, we did have Kobe beef last night, so...
Well, you know, part of it is when you're here at trade shows, or actually even when you're in other places, is you don't know exactly what your eating schedule is going to be, and if you have events and they have food, of course you come back and you're not hungry, or sometimes you might have to snack on something just a little bit along the way.
Yeah. Well, the other night, to make things really fast, we had a package of Asian, we'd have Asian noodles, and we sat there and cooked that up and mixed in some beef that we had and a package of the tomato sauce and some vegetables. It came out really nice for a fast meal.
Okay, there goes all the eggs. Okay, so for both dishes, we're just going to scramble them a bit. And in fact, we can use, would you like some spice?
Yeah.
We've got a can of Italian spices.
Yep.
That we can just go ahead and season this with. If you have any seasoning that you like to use, feel free to use it.
Yeah, but a grinder thing is a good way that you can take salt, pepper, and spicers with you.
Yeah, because this has, of course, pepper, garlic, onions, tomatoes, tea, thyme.
And it doesn't take up a lot of room in your suitcase. If you know you're going to have a means to cook, you take something simple.
Also, because we're actually not in our own kitchen, and you're using whatever's there. Of course, they do not have non-stick pans. So one of the things that you don't want is your food to stick all over. The only thing we actually have that could even possibly do that is butter.
Yeah. Butter, you shouldn't be cooking with butter, but it's what we got.
I know. I mean, it is a little bit unhealthy, isn't it?
Who cares? I mean, okay.
I know,
you only live once.
Now, this one right here, this is spreadable butter with canola oil.
Yeah,
and
actually, this was good for you.
I will tell you that the spreadable part really makes a difference, because look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I guess I could wait to put this on there, but...
Yeah, we can also tell you we brought it up from Los Angeles with us and it never melted.
Oh, that's true.
So,
And it's been so cold that it was fine on the trip over here, not even in a cold bag.
yeah.
Now this right here, as you know, if you're seeing some marks right here, that just means that it's been that long since, that short of a time since I've been back here before we started doing this.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're going to cook something quick.
Well, because she's hungry.
Yeah.
This is
hungry.
something in about 10 minutes or so that she can eat.
Well, and people always like to make things quick if they're home and they don't know what to make.
Yeah.
And this gives them 2 different options.
Yeah.
Now, this ham right here, that's one thing about this, is this cuts really, really quick and easy.
Yeah.
Oh, did you want yours chopped? Excuse me. How would you like yours whole pieces or chopped?
No, what you do is for my side is you chop the pieces up and cook them with the
eggs?
With the eggs.
Okay.
With yours, you know.
So here's the tricky part, is we're going to do it 2 different ways. I'm going to go ahead and chop them all up.
You know, and then dump it all over the cabinet.
Surprise!
Okay, it's a matter of a cutting board, which we don't really have.
Well, you notice that the size is so absolutely large.
Yep. Yes, and we can also, so I know, she's not very good at this either. Well, I know.
You know, sometimes
I may end up having to do that because she is all over the place, guys.
Okay, we'll start with that and we'll use it for the food first, okay?
I know, it's so simple to do what she did do, which is basically, honest, I'll tell you how to do it. You take half of what you had, chop it up first, and then take the other half.
But isn't it more fun to do it this way?
Well, yeah, okay. Okay, see, this will give you a, see down there?
What?
That in the floor?
Oh, Monty's not even here to clean it up.
I know.
Isn't that a whole lot more fun to do it that way?
I know.
Because, you know, there are some times when you do things like this, that it's just kind of fun to be a little messy.
I know.
What?
She's very messy, folks.
I know. Old Cam has come over here. He couldn't stand all the food that fell on the floor. Do you know, I think sometimes it's kind of like, that must be what a kid feels like. When he throws the food on the floor and watches you go pick it up.
I know, with Daddy and Mommy. See, we don't have the pup with us.
Now, if Monty was here, she would pick it up. Now, actually, I have to tell you, it actually made a whole lot more than I expected because that is 12 ounces of meat right there.
Honestly, I figured she was going to cut only half of it.
I did cut.
Yeah,
I was going to do the whole. Well, part of it is we don't want to have leftovers.
I know.
So I'm cutting the whole thing all over. Meanwhile, while that's going on, here's the water right here.
I thought she was only going to cut half of it up at a time, though. That's what I meant.
Oh, that's what you... Oh. Why would I do something like that when I can make a mess and drop it on the floor and have you pick it up?
Yeah, well, that's what the old guy is for. I mean, nobody... I can give you an honest thing. At CES, they talk about, the old guy, I crawled under a table today to put a connection in for a young reporter, and the guy next to me, he said, what are you, like 70-something? And he said, and what is that over there, like about 19, and who is it that's underneath the table? That's what they think of senior citizens.
No, it's just a female thing. Don't you know that? It's just a female thing.
Okay.
And sometimes why should you do it when somebody else can do it?
Okay.
You're not always like that. Okay. We're going to pour we're going to pour more than half of it in here.
Actually, with the last time we went to one of these things, actually 2 things ago, as I understand, there was 4,000 rooms in the place, and I had the only thing with a shower for a disabled person. We've got a jacuzzi on one side of this wing, and a disabled thing on the other side, disabled room. Guess who's got the senior citizens, the disabled room?
Oh, I probably should have put the ham in.